Those who will take it from you will try. They will try. All is fair in politics. And it's equal opportunity. I'm ready to let, but I won't give them red carpet. I won't offer them the least to tie me and broke me. No. We rescue each other to the finishing point.
Hello everyone, you are welcome to today's political discourse. So the president, Bola Tinubu, has made a declaration that he is going to wrestle to finish with all his competitors, with the opposition politician. And as we all know, this man, this president, concerning his political antics, his pedigree, and how he has always moved in the Nigerian political space. If we look at it in a very objective manner, without adding emotions, because the only way we can um, we can figure out stuffs concerning political issue in this country is by looking it objectively, so that we can figure out what needs to be done and how to go about it. But if we keep saying, oh, this man is this man and that, and we keep putting emotion without looking at the root cause of all this and the foundation of all this and how things are unfolding, we keep doing the same thing repeatedly and still getting the same result. Why those we tag as the bad guys in quote will continue to have their way. So, looking at Nigerian politics, as our topic entails political discourse for a proper understanding of all this that is ongoing, because there are some people who say, why can't Nigeria comes together and push away this man, the power of the people, the voice of the people, and this and that. But without having a proper understanding, like I've said, and dealing with these people that have know the in total, the nitty gritty of how politics is being run in the country. So what I'm saying is that we have to look at the foundational cause. Now, what is the foundational cause of Nigeria? Right from the exit of the imperialists, whom we know as the colonial masters, they left us with should we say three regions constituting different people. So the reality of Nigeria is that we all are different people. We have the Yorubas, we have the Igbos, we have the Hausa, we have numerous tribes, numerous ethnic groups and tribes in it. So what does that entails? That really means that we are all different people. Yes, we are dark skin. Yes, we our way of life looks similar and all that, but we are still different. And that is the reason why the people we may claim to have loved or may have not loved will always have their way into power, because they understand the reality of the Nigerian politics. While majority of the masses only dwell on their emotion in dealing with stuffs like this. So what am I saying is that um, having people of different ethnicity, different ideology, different mentality, different way of life, different view of life, having them coming together as a nation will be, or let's say, thinking that we can all move in the same way or the same direction. We continue to give away for the smartest in quotes to always get themselves into power. And when I talk about people like the smartest when it comes to Nigerian politics, you talk about Tinubu, you could talk about Wiki and others. And why is it like that? Because let's say in the north, for example, you have people whose ideology, mentality, I mean the core north, dwells on religion. And that is why you see a person like President Tinubu coming up with a Muslim ticket in the previous election. Some people would think, oh, this man is Christian, this man do this man do that, this man doesn't, this man will Islamize the country. He is only playing to the rules of the game, which means the core north, which were known to, or let's say, which is known to be the highest voting bloc. And when I say voting bloc, where an emir or traditional leader, or let's say religious leader, will just say, oh yeah, you all go like this, you have the masses going to that direction. Their mentality, their ideology, their way of life is figured around religious belief. That is why you see the president going for Muslim ticket. But since he has emerged, I can categorically state that he even has, I may be wrong, but I believe that he even has more Christians in his cabinet than a Muslim. So what we saw playing out at that period is just political game. How do I win these people over? How do I find my way to power? So that is the situation. And when you look at Mr. Peter Obi at the other hand, like some audio coming out saying, Christian, take back your church, or church, take back your country, rather. Some people were blaming him. Why you say you don't have to blame him? That is just politics. You use your strongest link to get what you want. You use what you have to get what you want. And we also saw Mr. Atiku Abubakar during the electioneering time, where he was telling the Northerners that vote for me because I'm a Northerner, vote for me because I'm a Muslim like you. So that is the reality of the country. So if you say, oh, we Nigeria this, Nigeria that, one ethnic group is this, we are just deceiving ourselves, trying to play the best, trying to figure position as the saint, or oh, we don't do this, we don't support rubbish, we don't, is a lie. Because the governors that have been governing the whole of 36 states were governors from each of the 36 state ethnic groups. So the governors ruling Yoruba land are Yorubas, the one in the Igbo land are Igbos, the one in the Hausa land is Fulani. So what what are you trying to portray as you are the best or you are the this? And like the president has said, he spoke about our diversity. He spoke, is someone like a publication that was released, maybe it was in 98, where he was saying he doesn't believe in one Nigeria. So we might be saying, oh, this man is not fit to the position of the president. He doesn't believe one Nigeria is only his tribe and all that. But that's the reality. And that is why people like Tinubu and Wiki and other people that may be tagged as bad guys in quote are always having their way, because we the masses, the population of the masses, do not face reality when it comes to election. What we face is emotions, because you have like you have the north, they won't vote you as a president if even if your vice is a Christian, or let's say they won't vote you as a president if you are not a Muslim. And we have such mentality all over the place. Like in the southeast, can you see, is a Christian dominated area, so you don't expect a Muslim to even become a deputy governor. It's only in the southwest, maybe due to the let's say almost 50-50 Christian and Muslim, that you have such thing occur. So the reality is that people are different. People mentally, so we have to deal with the country in such manner for us to progress. Because the more we want, because this country is a country of diverse agenda. There are people who are willing and aiming to Islamize this country, whether we agree or not. And the more we keep turning blind eye, the more it makes us unprepared. Those banditry, insurgency, terrorism you are seeing, though some are economical, but the main agenda is to Islamize the country. So there are people who want Biafra, who want to secede. There are even people who want to do a nation. And there are people who want restructuring. So Nigeria is a country of different agenda, and until we all come together, find a common ground, and the common ground, in my own opinion, is for us to just figure out a way. Even the minority ethnic groups do not, majority of them like Nigeria as it is, where people like say the thief, the Idoma, they have a state where they have a voice. The people of the North Central will not want to agree with a regional government where they will still be subservient to the core Northern, because in a democratic system, majority carry the votes. And if you have such situation, having them back in the North, they will be subservient to the emirs in the North. We knew how the people of Southern Cameroon became Cameroonian today because they feel oppressed by the core easterners of the then eastern region. We know how the people of the then western region, the people of the then midwest broke out of the then western region for what they term marginalization and all that. So the reality of the country is that people want to be on their own independently. So we may not be talking about secession, breaking away, and all that, but people want to be independent. And that is why you see someone like General Yakubu Gowon, while he was head of state, he started creating states because he's from a minority ethnic group. And he sees that if we are still running a regional government, his people, the minority ethnic group in northern Nigeria, will be subservient to the majority ethnic group in the north, because um, politics is ethnic, except we want to deceive ourselves. Like the richest man in the world has opined that politics is tribal. So people tend to favor their own themselves. And how do they come about that? They come about favoring their own by people who they share the same cultural belief, cultural heritage, cultural ideology, the same way of life together. They tend to favor those people, and that is why you see people like Buhari putting Fulani and Kanuri people all over the place when he was the president, because like they said his father is from Fulani, his mother is Kanuri. And you see Tinubu, he puts Yoruba everywhere. And that is how it is all over everywhere. The only place you may see that is even how it is. You may see a situation where a nation is built while every majority ethnic groups form a nation, but one nation will still stand out. One ethnic will still stand out among all those nations to rule the others. That's the reality of life, reality of what politics. So how do we figure this out? How do we sort this out? The way I believe that we can sort it out is just for us to go for an ethno-linguistic federalism. And what does that entails? It entails that people who speak the same language, just like you have it in India. In India, all the states in India, people who speak the same language, the same ideology, the same mentality, they are inside one state, governed by one of them. People who have the same belief, the same mentality can form a region, can form a state. With that unity in diversity, we can form a nation, and we will always progress. Because okay, when you have the Igbo nation form a state, and they may have a state inside their region, or let's say they form a region in the state, you have the Yorubas, you have the Hausas, you have the minority ethnic groups in the north central and all other places, the Southern. Form your own region, people with the same language, mentality, and ideology. Form your own state, govern yourself the way you want, and there will be competition. That is where you see people saying, why are you doing like this? People of other region, they are developing, they will be held accountable. But when we hide under false unity, where everything is being directed to Abuja, so who do you hold accountable? Who do you okay? Let's say there's a violence between a Fulani herdsman and a farmer in a particular location, and when uh the cows or the herdsman himself wreak havoc on the farmland, and you call the police, or you call the security agency, and before you see it, a call will come from Abuja that, oh yeah, let's transfer the case to Abuja, and before you see it, the case have been buried. So we have to figure out a way where we do things in an orderly manner. The more we force fake unity, the more we refuse to understand our diversity, the reality, the more politicians will continue to have their ways, because they say, oh, no be these people, let's just do something. That is when you will continue to have a divide and rule tactics of politicians having their way. So I would like to know what to figure out concerning this. The president also spoke about INEC. He spoke about student loan. He spoke about ASU strike and all that in the video. So I would like to know what you feel about this in the comment section. What are your opinions? What is your own contribution concerning this? And we will meet in the next video for another political discourse. Thank you.